Anyone who believes we're not on the verge of a potential catastrophe in this country should really go back and read Erik Larson's wonderful 2012 nonfiction History in the Garden of Beasts. The book tells of our first ambassador to the land of sauerkraut and beer gardens about 90 years ago. His name was William Dodd, and he was a historian who just kind of fell into the job of German ambassador for the Franklin Roosevelt administration. And it's pretty weird stuff. A lot of the people who had personal dealings with the Mustache Man, as he was the chancellor of this country, is that they personally didn't feel threatened by him. He was a lot of bombast when he was in front of a crowd, but in interpersonal settings, they found him actually quite charming and sort of ineffectual. At first, the ambassador, this guy, William Dodd, wasn't actually that threatened by that country. He actually was more concerned with the financial aspect of being an ambassador and encouraged everyone to live within their means. But the longer he spent in Deutschland, from 1933 to 1937, the more concerned he grew, and he eventually became the Cassandra of the Roosevelt administration. You see, he wasn't a great fit as an ambassador. He didn't actually enjoy the glad handing and the parties and the food and the drinks and all of that stuff. He was a pretty sober-minded guy, and so he didn't jibe with what most people wanted out of the relationship with Germany, and so it became really strained really quickly between Dodd and the Roosevelt administration, and there were a lot of people who tried to push him out because they just didn't really see what the big problem was with that guy over there. According to Erik Larson, it wasn't even really until this event that alarm bells even started sounding, but it was around this time that that guy, was able to consolidate power because the president at that time was different from the chancellor. There was a guy named Hindenburg, which you may know from giant exploding balloons. He was actually kind of a check on, the guy. And it wasn't until he died that the guy consolidated power and was actually able to take things over. And this night, this moment, was kind of the final straw for William Dodd, who was the ambassador at the time. And no matter how hard he pushed for America to take him seriously, no one really did. And eventually he was pushed out for people who were more apt to glad hand with the people of that country, including Goebbels and all the other terrible people who led that country during that.